You'd think a small sunroom addition wouldn't start a war, but when you live in a neighborhood governed by the Maple Ridge Lakeside HOA, even a garden bench can spark a bureaucratic meltdown, especially if your name isn't on their inner circle's holiday cookie list. My name's Thomas Beckett, and I'm a senior systems engineer contracted by the Department of Energy. My home isn't just a place to sleep. It's a node in a secure federal data network. The extension I built last fall wasn't just for sipping tea in the sunlight. It houses backup servers and communications gear essential to a classified energy grid monitoring project. Long story short, this sunroom is wired tighter than a nuclear launch facility. And yes, it's 100% legal, permitted, and approved. Just not by the HOA. It began innocently enough. Karen, from here on, referred to by her proper title, President Karen of the HOA, spotted the early construction work in my backyard and assumed incorrectly that I had skipped the architectural review process required by HOA regulations. I hadn't. I had submitted plans, but not to her. I submitted them through a special federal clearance route through the county zoning authority, which logged the approval under a security classification exemption. That meant the HOA's records wouldn't show anything. But Karen, she didn't see classified exemption, she saw defiance. 2 days after the framing went up, I received a formal violation notice. Structure in rear of property not approved by HOA Architectural Review Board must be removed or brought into compliance within 10 business days? 10 days, I chuckled. The extension had reinforced walls, EM shielding, and 3 biometric lock points. Taking it down would require not just a crane, but federal authorization and 3 layers of clearance. Still, I played it civil. I emailed Karen a redacted summary of the project approval with a county file number. She responded with, and I quote, "We don't recognize federal zoning loopholes here. This is a residential neighborhood, not a military base." I almost admired the boldness. Almost. The next escalation came in the form of a contractor, unmarked truck, clipboard in hand, sent on behalf of the HOA to measure the extension for code violations. I met him at the gate. "I'm with the Department of Energy," I told him. "This structure is protected under Federal Code 41 CFR, Section 102-76, which supersedes local building restrictions for classified support facilities. You're not allowed past this fence." He backed off immediately. Karen, of course, was livid. She sent another notice. "If unauthorized construction is not removed by end of month, the HOA will initiate civil proceedings for code enforcement." That was her final mistake. The following Monday, 2 federal officers from the Office of Protective Operations paid the HOA a visit. They sat down in Karen's living room, showed her their badges, and presented her with a copy of the federal approval, complete with encryption stamp and agency signatures. They also brought a friendly but firm warning. Any further interference with the property, structure, or purpose of the extension will be considered obstruction under federal statute. Continued harassment of the homeowner may result in civil penalties. Karen reportedly didn't speak for the rest of the meeting. Since then, the HOA has gone radio silent. Karen voluntarily stepped down from her position, citing stress. The HOA issued a written apology, quietly retracting their violation letters and promising to revisit procedural alignment with overlapping jurisdictions. In short, they folded. The extension still stands, disguised as a humble sunroom with blackout blinds and decorative planters, but inside it hums with encrypted circuits, quietly linking to a network that keeps part of the national power grid safe from intrusion. And as for me, I still enjoy a quiet cup of coffee in the morning, watching the neighborhood wake up. Only now the HOA newsletter arrives late, if at all. No more violation notices, no more clipboard contractors, just peace, and a federally approved sunroom with better security than Fort Knox.